Direct and indirect speech are two ways of reporting speech or statements made by others. Here's a breakdown of each. 1. Direct speech. In direct speech, the exact words spoken by the speaker are quoted within quotation marks. It represents what someone has said word for word. Structure. The exact words are placed inside quotation marks. The speaker is usually introduced with a reporting verb such as said, asked, replied, etc. Example. He said, I am going to the market. She asked, are you coming to the party? 2. Indirect speech, also called reported speech. In indirect speech, the words spoken by the speaker are reported or paraphrased. It doesn't use quotation marks, and the structure of the sentence is modified to fit the reporting context. Structure. 1. The reporting verb, for instance, said, told, asked, is followed by a clause in which the speaker's words are changed to fit the grammar of the reporting sentence. 2. Pronouns and tenses usually change in indirect speech. Example. Direct speech. He said, I am going to the market. Indirect speech. He said that he was going to the market. Key differences. Quotation marks. Direct speech uses quotation marks around the exact words spoken. Indirect speech does not use quotation marks and changes the words into reported speech. Pronouns. Direct. The pronouns are as per the original speaker, I, you, he. Indirect. Pronouns often change to reflect the perspective of the reporting person. I changes to he or she. Tense changes. In indirect speech, tenses typically change, especially when the reporting verb is in the past, known as backshifting. Present simple, past simple. Present continuous, past continuous. Present perfect, past perfect. Future conditional. Example of tense changes. Direct. She says, I love to dance. Indirect. She says that she loves to dance. No change needed because it's in present tense. But when reporting in the past. Direct. She said, I love to dance. Indirect. She said that she loved to dance. Past tense change. More examples. Direct speech. John said, I will go to the store tomorrow. Indirect speech. John said that he would go to the store the next day. Direct speech. Tom said, I am playing football. Indirect speech. Tom said that he was playing football. Direct speech. She asked, can you help me? Indirect speech. She asked if I could help her. By using direct and indirect speech, you can effectively report or convey someone else's words while adjusting the structure for clarity and appropriateness in context. Example 1. Present continuous, past continuous. Direct speech. Maria said, I am studying for my exams. Indirect speech. Maria said that she was studying for her exams. Example 2. Present perfect, past perfect. Direct speech. He said, I have finished my homework. Indirect speech. He said that he had finished his homework. Example 3. Future simple conditional. Direct speech. Peter said, I will call you when I arrive. Indirect speech. Peter said that he would call me when he arrived. Example 4. Past simple, past perfect. Direct speech. She said, I watched the movie yesterday. Indirect speech. She said that she had watched the movie the previous day. Example 5. Question with yes/no. Indirect yes/no question. Direct speech. Tom asked, are you coming to the party tonight? Indirect speech. Tom asked if I was coming to the party that night. Example 6. Where question, indirect where question. Direct speech. She asked, where did you go last night? Indirect speech. She asked where I had gone the night before. Example 7. Imperative sentences. Direct speech. The teacher said, please hand in your assignments by Friday. Indirect speech. The teacher asked us to hand in our assignments by Friday. Example 8. Requests with modals. Direct speech. James said, can you lend me your book? Indirect speech. James asked if I could lend him my book. Example 9. Complex sentences with modals. Direct speech. The manager said, you must submit the report before noon tomorrow. Indirect speech. The manager said that I had to submit the report before noon the following day. Example 10. Multiple clauses in direct speech. Direct speech. She said, I have a meeting at 2 p.m., and I will call you after it finishes. Indirect speech. She said that she had a meeting at 2 p.m. and that she would call me after it finished. Example 11. Future perfect conditional perfect. Direct speech. John said, by the time you arrive, I will have completed my project. Indirect speech. John said that by the time I arrived, he would have completed his project. Example 12. Time expressions, tomorrow, yesterday, etc. Direct speech. Sophie said, I am meeting with Sarah tomorrow. Indirect speech. Sophie said that she was meeting with Sarah the next day. Direct speech. He said, I saw her yesterday. Indirect speech. He said that he had seen her the day before. Example 13. Complex sentences with conditionals. Direct speech. John said, if I had known about the event, I would have attended. Indirect speech. John said that if he had known about the event, he would have attended. Key changes in complex examples. 1. Tense shifts. When converting from direct to indirect speech, tenses often shift back, e.g., present to past, future to conditional, etc. 2. Pronouns. The pronouns adjust to match the speaker's perspective, e.g., I becomes he, she, you becomes I or he, she depending on the context. 3. Time expressions. Words like tomorrow, yesterday, and now change according to the time of reporting, e.g., tomorrow becomes the next day. For modals like can, will, and must change, e.g., can to could, wills to would, must to had to. These examples show how both direct and indirect speech can vary greatly depending on the situation, the verb tenses used, and the complexity of the statement being reported. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe channel for future videos.